There is so much fake news going on about Trump right now. It's actually distressing. Whatever legitimate criticisms one could make of his response in the last couple weeks are just getting totally drowned out by all the unfair attacks from the press. How about this one from Daily Mail US? This is the headline. You see it on Twitter. Trump refuses to say if he has been tested for coronavirus and storms out of White House briefing on crisis. Here's what actually happened.
Thank you very much.
Have you been tested, Mr. President? Have you been tested?
That is the slowest storming out I've ever seen in my life. He is talking to the reporters. He's talking about coronavirus. He then says, okay, thank you very much. And then he very slowly walks out, which is the only way that you could end any sort of press conference. And to the Daily Mail, he refuses to say if he's been tested for corona. What? And he storms out of the White House briefing on the crisis. They can even include that first part because you hear at the very end as he's walking out the door, you hear, have you been tested? It's like, he's not at the podium anymore, man. He's already given it. It's not like he sprinted out. Typical, right? You see him as just, 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi. I mean, what a storm. Now, if Joe Biden were storming out somewhere, it might look like that. But, Joe Biden, or Donald Trump rather, is a young and vibrant man. So if he wanted to storm, I'm sure he could. That's not even the biggest hoax. The biggest hoax right now being perpetrated by the mainstream media is the hoax about the hoax. Democrats are now accusing President Trump of calling the coronavirus a hoax. You see it. It's all over media. It's all over cable news. He called it a hoax. It never happened. This is the new Nazis are very fine people at Charlottesville hoax. It's the hoax. It should be obvious that President Trump does not think it's a hoax because President Trump appointed his number 2 guy to run the prevention and recovery. If it were a hoax, he wouldn't have done that. But here is what President Trump said. Listen for yourself.
Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. You know that, right? Coronavirus. They're politicizing it. We did one of the great jobs. You say, how's President Trump doing? They go, oh, not good, not good. They have no clue. They don't have any clue. They can't even count their votes in Iowa. They can't even count. No, they can't. And this is their new hoax. But, we did something that's been pretty amazing. We're 15 people in this massive country. And because of the fact that we went early, we could have had a lot more than that. We will do everything in our power to keep the infection and those carrying the infection from entering our country. We have no choice.
So what's the hoax? You have 2 options here. Either the hoax that he's referring to is the Democrats' attacks on him for not handling coronavirus well, for botching the whole public health crisis, or the hoax is coronavirus. But it's obviously the former. How could the hoax be coronavirus when Trump goes on to brag about what a great job he did stopping coronavirus and how had he not acted as quickly as he had, coronavirus would have spread much more quickly and there would be more deaths. That was the substance of his speech, was, man, coronavirus really could have been bad, but luckily I did a very good job at stopping it. And now the Democrats are pushing this hoax. Obviously the hoax is the criticism of his response. You don't need an advanced degree to be able to understand that. But the left doesn't care. I mean, they're going to push it. Look, they pushed in Charlottesville. The guy said, on the issue of taking statues down and to take away our history, there are very fine people on both sides. Some people want to take away history. Some people want to keep history. I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists who should be condemned totally. Right? That was in the next paragraph. I guess it was in the same paragraph just a few moments later. And what did the left say? They said that Donald Trump called neo-Nazis very fine people. Never happened. Put that away with the tooth fairy and the Easter bunny, all right? Not real. And so they're doing it here again. Not surprising. Could President Trump speak differently? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I guess he could. That is the criticism of Trump baked into the equation from the beginning. He could talk differently. He doesn't talk nice. He tweets mean. He uses vulgar language. he is very entertaining and that's sort of unseemly in a president. Yeah, okay, he could talk different. Is President Trump's talking costing people's lives in coronavirus? No. Are the tweets costing people's lives in coronavirus? No. Did Barack Obama get anywhere near this kind of scrutiny for the public health crises that happened under his administration? No. So how's he doing? He's doing fine. Media don't want to admit it, but he's doing fine. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Wire, one of the fastest growing conservative media outlets in the country. If you enjoyed this video, and really, even if you didn't, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our content.